level. So let me hear you say sa, netta, netta, sa, netta, netta, sa, netta, netta. Alright then, sa netta brings the truth. Black News 102. This is here for me and you. It's Black News 102. House of Consciousness, make sure you log into YouTube. Black man, hold your head up high, and black woman, you too. Me nah go apologize, love off me melanin. Forget them other guys, that's what I'm telling them. Salute the general, never fear the challenge. The God saw never stay strapped with the cannon. Don't ever disrespect, so it's best you pay homage. You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge. White supremacy, education get abolished. A laptop, a pen, and my pad is my college. Black man cipher, enter at your own risk. Make Europeans bow down on 125th. Saw Netta got the spirit of Nat Turner. Waking up our people that's been miseducated and mass murdered. And it don't matter if you're shot in the clap burners. It's never too late to awake and progress further. As sure as the sun shines and the wind blows, there's therapy for post-traumatic slavery syndrome. Sa Netta brings the truth. Black News 102. This is here for me and you. It's Black News 102. House of Consciousness, make sure you log into YouTube. Black man, hold your head up high, and black woman, you too.
Hey, Sa Netta, I got a question for you. Won't you tell me why it is that the world of academia, intellectual circles, respected scientists, reputable theologians, and world-renowned thinkers and philosophers, innovators, leaders in their field, people that are actually in the labs, on the ground, in the classrooms, figuring out ways to beat diseases, advance medicine and technology, etc., why do they not have anything like the House of Consciousness?
I have become greatest of the great. I have come into being among the beings who clear the vision of the soul eye. I know why its greatest block is made for a what? A what? So we never disrespect it again.
Because God, when the flood took place, 40 days,
Black
40
power.
nights, he allowed so much as a pig. He put a spirit on the pig. He let the women eat their own babies. How come God didn't put a spirit on the Israelites to stop them from eating their own children?
Kemet on trial, title of that damn lecture. Destroyed the Hebrews with the power of our ancestors. Our clans better didn't talk or debate on Daniela. Or Zion Lex, don't hate on Kemet, y'all fans betcha. And Sa Netta bringing knowledge to the masses. With the undisputed knowledge they don't teach in classes. Kemet, Black Power movement, do you understand? We on trial, Hebrews thought they had the upper hand. Polite killed them with that footage from the motherland. Hushar too much rah-rah, Nazi Elder Gabar. The young Yamwasap, when is y'all gon' stop? We got tombs and mummies, y'all just got some rocks. Me and my squad illa, plus the Magi and the God Killer. Shout out to Hefshet Sut and the King Haru, the son of Amin-Ra, Asepata Asa. Now Valley's here, we came to bring it home. Kim is back to claim the throne.
Okay, so I need to tell people, please, wake up. They can't show me or show the bones of anybody in the Bible. They can't show me no Hebrew. If the Hebrews built the pyramids, where did the pyramids before?
Amin-Ra squad up, Magi archers in the building, please believe. Oh shit. If you ain't Sa Netta, no time for that interview, dog. I put my shit out for niggas, I don't send it to blogs. plan kill off the Buddha, not being discreet. One puff, this bitch pops and projectiles. Between the sheets. Sun run, cold game, bring your cleats. The best flow blow, Eskimo, penguin feet. Don't need no blunt to burn. You run the turf with 10 niggas on the block. That's a punt return. Ayo, Dolomite prototype soldier with the solar light. Saber and he hold it like he hold a mic. Golden ice pendants. Sipping on that overpriced poltergeist spirits. Ripping at the open mic, spoke the nice lyrics like Mama move mean overnight. Golden motorbike holding on some Tron shit. That nice neon kit is on it. The king's libation with exotic liqueur. The queen's vibration like a Sada Shakur. A lot of decor, imported foreign threads, they ain't got at the store. Nubian Kush, and black top pottery jars, 39% THC, the quality pure. Old rappers try to spit ain't hot as before. It's like I'm 5 flights above, bust the shots at the floor. Cats switch up they style when they ain't got it no more. Cause they gotta keep their product in stores to feed their kids. See what that weed did? The yes man agreeing on everything we said. I smother the mic like it's the love of my life. Don't get sliced and beat with the butt of the knife. Brother polite, I say I'm animalistic, cause I still be in the hood with my hand on my pistol. The Hebrews think I'm cannibalistic, E5 divination, channel the mystic, audio visionary. Let's play poetical Pictionary. Picture me burning down your missionary. Yeah, then I send you religion. That red dot on your head, that's Hindu tradition. Invisible, independent, intrinsic shit. I'll bring it all to an end with indivisible games. Charles Xavier, getting your brain. Mental anguish or manifesting physical pain. Wizard remains to dance in the chemical rain. Breathe slow, then I'm up out of this physical plane. Got military machinery that exercise, weaponized greenery. Shine at a jeopardize the scenery, son. Bruh, the beam 10 times your distance. Inclines convention. Stop rising with no trend line resistance. The parabolic breakout. I'm F-16 with the aeronautic fake out. The God killer. The God killer. The God killer. It's the God killer. The God killer. That's who it is. The God killer. The God killer. It's the God killer. The God killer. The God killer. The God killer. It's the God killer. The God killer. The God killer. The God killer.
A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's Bobby banging this bitch. And I come to do what I got to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey, y'all know what it is, man. Black News 102, man. What's good, family, man? We're here a little bit early, man. The early bird gets the damn worm. Man, so we want to keep productive shows coming, man, at the House of Consciousness, Black News 102, man. And I got a little video I want to play, right, to show you that we've been doing this work, man. We've been talking about the same things, and it ain't new. When the elbows come, the Blackians come, the whole 9 yards come, man. When I say the Blackians, I'm talking about the Black Indians. Let's get that straight. At least that's what they call themselves. Maybe I got it wrong, right? But what we do know is they are misappropriating culture at the end of the day. So we've been talking about this. We've been using science, the journal of nature all the time. And it seemed like some of the new people kind of forgot. So I want to just go back into the archives a little bit, man, and go ahead and rock that. But I want to talk about the information. I see the title, 100,000-year-old human remains in North America, right? That's the title of it, man. I see you, Bart Miller, what it do? I see you, Reese, what it do? I see you, Q Hefferner. What's going on with you? I see you, Danielle Ward 77. What it do? What it do? I see Pure Black TV. What it do? What it do? Smalls 911. What's good with you? I see you, Jackson and Jackson. What it do? What it do? Kenway, what's up with you, man? Man, I don't see no doubt. Let me get out that chat. Defeat coming. Got to be kidding me, man. Science is undefeated, man. I see you, Papa Soul Searcher. I see you, Mac Rob. What's up with you, man? What it do? What it do? Yo, we get it in early, man. We're going to have to start doing this early thing, man. and smack out the competition. You know what it is, man? No diplomacy. What's going on with your Clark Kent, man? I know you on your morning ride, man. We're going to give him some scientific literacy on that morning ride, sitting back doing it the way you know how we do it, man. So, yeah, man, you know, it's a lot of chitter in the damn conscious community, as if they can usurp science from YouTube and TikTok and Facebook. You can't do it, right? You never will be able to do it, because the body of scientific work that is established, the foundation of understanding nature, is well in play, and human beings ain't going back. It took them 350,000 years to be able to separate science from their spirituality, or quote unquote their religion. People try to play the game and act like their religion and spirituality is some kind of way different. No, it's not. Not gonna let y'all trick me with that trick'em-ship. It's not happening. Religion, spirituality is all the same thing, and y'all can howl and scream and act like it ain't. Hey, shout out Real Black Atheism, man. Y'all know it's on the rise, man. The community of skeptics, man, because we are skeptical to our approach when listening to human beings. Man, you already know that, man. So yeah, we here with the approach to making sure we stay solid. So the conversation is getting a little North American-ish, right? And I already know the weapons they're going to try to pull out. So I'm going to go ahead and smash this one out real quick. I'm going to start with the light thing, right? Start with something light and end with something heavy. Something that y'all might be able to read, right? And coherently understand it. But before we do that, man, there's a couple terms that I feel like we need to know. So I'm going to come to the masterclass. All the pseudo killers are subscribed to the masterclass, man. We got that. All right. And in this masterclass, we want to read this article, the difference between subjective and objective information. And you can figure out what kind of information you bring in based off of the definition of subjective and objective. All right, we're going to get right to it. All right, let's see. Hold on one second. Let's get right to it. We'll need to play. So what is subjective information, ladies and gentlemen? Subjective is a term that refers to someone's personal opinions or feelings regarding a particular subject matter. Let me look at y'all. Let me. You mean to tell me they've been giving us subjective information all the time? That's why I don't even get mad. See, once you start to define these terms, man, you don't even get mad. You're like, oh, man, I see you. You know, that's what I mean when I say I see you. I see you. I see what words you're using, and I see how you're using them, right? I see what you're talking about. I get the concept of what you think you're doing, but we're going to educate the people so the people know exactly what it is you're doing. Like I said, masterclass going to cost you about $350, but that's a small price to pay for being a champion. What is subjective information? Watch this. How many people on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook are running around giving you subjective information? 99.99% of them, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we stand at the top of what we're doing. Now, my thing might not sound better. The pseudo killer thing might not sound better. When I'm rocking on a house of consciousness, right? I might not sound better. But we coming with objective information. Once again, what is subjective information? Subjective is a term that refers to someone's personal opinion or feelings regarding a particular subject matter. Subjective views or opinions are not based on truth or fact. They are one's unique interpretation of an idea and their own thoughts, feelings, and background. Yeah, man. See? So this whole thing that we call consciousness and the conscious community, right, for the most part was based off of subjective information. And you know they be hitting you with that Brooklyn magic. And you know they be hitting you with that high level speech pattern. And you know they be rocking you to sleep. But it's subjective. It's their own personal opinion on information. All right. Now, what is it that I've been bringing to the community? What is it that the pseudo killers been bringing to the community? What is it that the Amarah squad been bringing to the communities? What is it that the families that support scientific literacy been bringing in the community? Shout out to Kofi. Shout out to Science with Sean. Y'all know what it is, man. Shout out to Dr. Oyamayat that's always bringing objective information. The word objective refers to factual data-based information that is not informed, which is not informed by bias. Man, see, y'all got y'all, I hate vaccines. You have a bias. I'm not doing the vaccine thing. No problem. No problem. I hear you. But I'm going to say this again. The word objective refers to a factual data-based information that is not informed by bias. And I talked about the biases that we have, and we got it honestly, right, against the factions of Europeans that enslaved African people and brought them over here. So I get having a bias, but we use science to break through them biases so that we can get you the objective information. So objective information, you will not be informed by your biases. This is important. It say, although feelings and personal opinions are not objective, it say objective data like facts or historical information can form the basis for an opinion or feelings. So we want to be able to form our basis of opinion and feelings based off of objective information. When someone gives you an objective assessment of a topic, it say it is formulated from data, verifiable facts, or other irrefutable evidence without considering the speaker's personal feelings. Was they enslaved, right? Man, I know you feel a certain way. Are they black? Are they white? And I know you feel in a certain way. It's a journalists arrive to objectively report facts. This is the problem with the yellow reporting. It's not objective. Okay, it say as not to influence their leadership with their subjective personal biases. Human beings carry biases, ladies and gentlemen. It say objectively in grammar, it say and grammar can also refer to an object or a sentence, meaning a noun that the subject of a sentence acts on. Man, we just need to know this, man. So when we're dealing with subjective versus objective, right, we need to understand the differences, man. And I'm telling you, man, that Brooklyn magic be super subjective. So now that we got a solid base, man, I'm going to put this source in here. All right. I'm thinking you can read this without even being logged in. But remember, I'm always giving you the tools. Okay. It's important, man. So watch this. I'm going to give you 1 point and get out of here. Facts versus feelings. Man, we all up in our damn feelings, man. That's why y'all stay mad at the community of skeptics, real black atheism. That's why you stay mad at those that espouse to separate their spirituality and religion from their science. Y'all be mad, man, because you all in your personal feelings. It's an objective reading of a text focuses on the facts. And when we talking about science, we're talking scientific facts. And by the way, scientific facts make up scientific theories, because scientific theories organizes the facts. If you take away the scientific facts, you don't have a theory. Scientific facts help produce a theory when taken through the scientific method. Let me read it again. An objective reading of a text focuses on facts and data-based information regardless of a person's feelings. Care how you feel, man. Yeah, I know we was enslaved for 400 years, and I know the way you feel. But when we dealing with this information, man, we want to separate that for a minute. It's a subjective reading of a text focuses on a person's unique feelings and experiences. Man, yeah, there you go. Let me throw this in the chat, man. Right? Now we got what objective is and subjective is, man. I think this is important for moving forward. There you go. Now we're in the game. Man, where y'all at, man? Hit that early morning cash app, man. Get some coffee or something. Bottled water. Something. We here, man. We're going to start doing this on the regular. That's what we're going to do, y'all. We stepping up. Yeah. Yeah. We breathing in fresh information. subjective and objective. Think we got personal feelings, you're dealing with subjective. When you're dealing with the data, you're dealing with objective. The data around facts, scientific facts, because we're speaking in terms of science. Man, so like I said, man, I wanted to kind of put forth this real quick because we get caught up in sitting around listening to people and they sound good, man, but they just hitting you with the subjective, man. They personal feelings on said subject matters, and then they get mad, then they get the howling, screaming, and Lord knows, don't let them be drunk. Whew. Hey, drinking while doing scholarship is a crime. You should not be drinking while doing scholarship, or at least attempting to do scholarship. Think about being in school in a classroom or a drunk teacher. Coherency is there. Drunkership is not allowed. Man, y'all be tripping, man. Y'all been sitting around, let's be drinking. It's like smoking weed and drinking and chilling with your friends. You just saying anything. That's not what we use the house of consciousness for around here. We're not going to be able to do it. And if you like doing drunkership, I'm not even mad at you. Right? We want high level coherent information. Man, we might be having a general conversation at lunch with our boss and we sound wow. Boss like, damn, do I really want to promote him? You might be talking to a potential business partner, man, and your conversation is whack, right? Because they read, you know what I'm saying? And they degreed, and you might not be, and you talking that wild incense burner. But if you get the objective truth, right, and you understand it, and you can command scientific ideas, yo, that's when you get. It's a game raiser. It's a level raiser. I told you it took 350,000 years for Homo sapiens sapien. You know what I'm saying? To begin to develop science and then separate that from his spiritual and religious beliefs. Man, that damn truth, boy, is counterintuitive all day. So we come here to this article right here, and I'm going through it real fast because I'm going to play the clip, right? Play the clip, about 15, 20-minute video to let you know we've been talking about this, man, and people act like we haven't. So we start with something light. We start with the Atlantic, right? This is something light. All right. Look at the title. This is the blog, right? A new study says humans were in America 130,000 years ago. Okay. That's 100,000 years earlier than previously thought. And most archaeologists aren't buying it. By Ed Young. It's a blog. So you start with a blog, give you a general idea. This would be what they felt like was a hammer. All right. Okay. Early hammer. All right. And this thing occurred in California. All right. And let me see. Hold on. Get out. What are you doing, man? All right. And so this article is basically talking about the archaeologists and how they found it and what they was doing, right? So we'll switch from that and we'll move on to the Journal of Nature, all right? This is the 2017. What we about 5 years ago? 6 years ago. It's a controversial study. Claims humans reached Americas 100,000 years earlier than they thought. Now, there's some factors involved here, okay? I'm going to drop the link for y'all, all right? This is what I'm saying, man. Y'all need to start reading the journals, know the difference between a blog, man. Man, I heard of cattle rustlers, yo. The cattle rustlers, yo, but I also heard of shoe rustlers. You got cattle rustlers and shoe rustlers. What's a shoe rustler? A person that rustles shoes, sneak them, put them on, and act like they didn't put them on. That's a shoe rustler. All day, every day, ladies and gentlemen. Beware of the drunken shoe rustlers. They're in your town and they're talking mad. Let me stop. Okay. So I just showed you a blog. Now we go to where the work was actually published. Okay. All right. And then you could also find, I'm pretty sure you can find this in Wikipedia, but I just wanted to showcase a little bit that, you know what I'm saying? We we start, with encyclopedias, whether it's Encyclopedia Britannica, right? Encyclopedia Wikipedia, because it is an encyclopedia no matter what y'all pseudo say, and a blog for the general reading of it. Okay. And then when you get your money up, your funds up, man, then you go into this. This is the level, right? Let me see. This article is basically talking about broken mastodon bones. Hint that Homo sapiens wasn't the first. Look, wasn't. Listen, broken mastodon bones hint that Homo sapiens wasn't the first hominid to get to the new world, right? But you see this word right here, humans, right? It tricked you. It tricked you. That's why, hold on. That's why there's some foundational work that we all talked about that we needed to kind of get into. All right. That foundational work would be these books that talked about evolution. Man, God, and Civilization, John G. Jackson, the first 3 chapters, he's talking about it, right? You would have a profound understanding. This right here would bring you to an understanding, the chronology of human evolution. This is my work. Go to Amazon, you can get it. Give you the basic foundation of what's the difference between a human, right? What is a human? Are we the only humans? No, right? So when you come to an article like this, right, you won't be dismayed. All right? You'll have your basic understanding of what it is. Hold on. My fault. So we know there was 3 humans living, right, at the same time, maybe 4. We know the Homo Denisovans, right, and Homo neanderthalis, okay, and there's a ghost population that it was an incursion into Homo sapiens genes. So at least 4 humans, different species of humans lived at the same time. All right, it's in the DNA record. Okay, so, but the particular human that they think reached America wasn't Homo sapiens sapien. It would have been like Homo Denisovans, maybe Homo Neanderthal, maybe Homo erectus. But we know that the Paleo Americans, right, they don't have these incursions of these archaic humans in their genes, at least not in North America. So this is important. People misuse this work all the time. I mean, and I get it. It's a ancient humans settled North America around 130,000 years ago, suggesting a controversial study published. It's a publishing the date back more than 100,000 years earlier than most scientists accepted. The jaw-dropping claim made in Nature, okay, there you go. S.R. Holland, all right, get that article. It's based on the broken rocks and mastodon bones found in California that a team of researchers say point to human activity. All right. Then you can go to North America less than 20,000 years ago. You can click that. You can go to the latest study raises possibility that another hominid species such as Neanderthals or a group known as Denisovans somehow made it from Asia to North America before that and flourished. But if you ain't understanding evolution, and if you ain't reading the foundational work, then you looking like, man, this is crazy, man. Man, this is why we study the foundation, bro. Right? Because we don't want to sound crazy coming out of our mouth. All right. So this is a great read for y'all, man. Here's the Mastodon bones. So they don't actually find the ancient human bones, but they find things that could have been processed by the ancient humans. The Mastodon fossil from California site. It say the breakage pictured bottom right. All right. I'm going to show y'all some more tools. Here you go. The researchers hold Mastodon molar fragment found on a rock. The anvil discovered at the California site. That's like a hammer. All right. Now, that's like a response. Like, who were the first Americans? Y'all can get into it. Left the continent less than 100,000 years ago. Here, this will get y'all tricked up if you're not on top of your game. It say, in humans, or if humans or their ancient relatives were responsible, there are several candidates. It says the ancestors of, watch this, of modern non-African humans. Y'all already bugged out by this one. Non-African humans. I'm going to get back to that. Left the continent less than 100,000 years ago. Well, how can non-African humans leave the continent 100,000 years ago? We're going to explain it. It says, but earlier migrations out of Africa might have reached North America. Demir and his co-authors say they point to 100,000-year-old Homo sapien-like teeth from China and to hints that some indigenous groups in South America carry trace ancestry from a possible earlier migration into the Americas. Here's the article right here. You can do that when you got the journal. When you got the joint, you can just, here you go. Teeth from China reveal early human trek out of Africa. Okay? Stunning finds that Homo sapiens reached Asia around 100,000 years ago. Here's the teeth. These 47 human teeth date to 80,000, 120,000 years ago. All right? Boom. And here's the author's name. S. Zig and X.J. Wu. All right, so we back here. Real quick, we speaking through. It's morning time. Wake up. Here you go. So, back to the explanation. Why is it? What in the hell is modern non-Africans? Man, that's the white man. Y'all finally got it right. Right. They would be considered non-African humans. But why? And then how is non-African humans left the continent? Because when Homo sapien migrated out of Africa, they don't just walk straight with a map. Man, they don't even know they leave in Africa. In the scientific literature, you'll have African and non-African, right? They'll say African and non-African, but the human population is fundamentally African. African great apes, the naked ape, right? So in the literature, when you see the word non-African, they don't mean that they not African. What they're talking about is the mutation has occurred off of the borders of Africa. Let me say this again. In the literature, when you read the word non-African, right, what the hell is a non-African human? Simply saying that Africans left, right, a different ecosystem and mutated to survive in their environment. This is biological human evolution. And they call everything that mutated off of the continent of Africa, they just simply say it's non-African to give you a reference point. So non-African doesn't mean that you're African or don't have your roots in Africa. It simply means that mutations occurred that would allow you to survive in your environment long enough to produce and push forward your genes and produce valuable offspring. Gotta get it down. The whole way it sounds is counterintuitive. Non-African. I told you they wasn't human. Yes, it's counterintuitive. You have to study, you have to understand it to know exactly what we're talking about here. All right. So let's get out of that. How y'all feeling today, man? It's early, man. We rocking, man. 167,000 people in the building, man. And some of y'all lost right about now. Yeah. All righty. Let me see. What? See, you got a nut. Let me put the nut comment up here. Ladies and gentlemen, first thing in the morning, the nut of the day. The nut of the day says, Gatewalker, there was no migration. If any, we seeded Africa. Trust. There we go. That's why I put up subjective and objective. He does not have objective information on subject matter. What he does have is he's coming with some subjective information based off of his personal feelings, not based off of the data. There we go. I'm glad we put that there. See how they all fall into it? Well defined. Yes, it is. All right. Let me see. I'm going to give y'all 5 minutes. Jump in, get your questions in, man, before we play this video and get up out of here. We in and out. We had 37 minutes, man. All right. Man, I ain't seen nothing in no debate. Trust. Get out of here, man. I don't trust nobody. I'm a skeptic. Black, African, power, skeptic. Community of skeptics. Get out of here, man. Hey, hit that link, man. Y'all want to come on, throw y'all opinion in there real quick, man. Hominids are not Homo sapiens sapien. Ah, man. I like the questions. Appreciate you. Man, we got the woke. We got the woke community. So you got Hablarini, you got Hamaday, and you got Hominin. All right. Now, on the screen, let me see. Let me pull this up for you. One sec. Let's give it the hominids. Y'all know about the hominid. Lucy. The hominid. Let me see. Hominid. Well, they don't even say hominid. They say homiday, bro. All right, they going to homiday. Look. You want to go to the origins of them? Hominid and hominin. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, you know, them words is always tricky right there, yo. The hominids, right? Listen, it's tricky. Okay. Oh man. 1 second. Because they switch, you know, they switched it. Hold on, let me get here to the hominids and hominy, right? What's the difference? New definitions. All right, let's see. On real time. Hey, we're in real time. Let's see what the difference is with the source. Let's not play with this. I spoke way to activate, get right to the damn information. Here you go. It's a great question up there, or a great point you think you're making. Hominid and hominin. What's the difference? Current use of the term hominid can be confusing because the definition of this word has changed over time. There you go. New definition. Most commonly used recent definitions are hominid. It says the group consisting of all modern and extinct great apes. That is modern humans, chimpanzees, gorillas, orangutans, plus all their immediate ancestors. Hominin, a group consisting of modern humans, extinct human species, and all other immediate ancestors, including members of the genre Homo, Australopithecus, and Prothecopithecus, and Ardipithecus. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We have closed this matter. So yes, humans are hominids. Don't hate me, hate the game. No, don't hate me, hate the Australian Museum. Now, but I appreciate the brother, you know what I'm saying, brother? I appreciate you putting that up there, man. As we just all learn together, yo. And so definitions have changed. Maybe you was talking about what it was, but now I'm telling you what it is. I'm gonna drop this in the thing, man. This is a great learning environment for us, man. Yeah, man. It's a good look. All right. Great look, man. I'm gonna put this source in there for you, man. There you go. There you go. Ham and eggs. I don't eat that bacon. I don't know what the hell the fifth ape is, man. Give us some information there. Bro, throw away the hominid theories. Man, stop it. That's got who is that talking? Polynesian Islands, 130. Oh, I'm not sure. I don't think so. I'm not sure. That's a great no. I don't think they got that far. Hominids. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not sure, brother Rob. I had to look that up for you. What? Hey, Ken Way, aka Alibaba Muhammad. Stop it. Stop it. Stop that, man. Man, somebody hit that link, man. I'm gonna throw that video. I'm giving y'all a chance to ask some questions real quick. We're gonna get out of here, man. That fresh crispy. We're on the fresh crispy. Drop that in there. The fresh crispy. Getting to where we want to go with it. All right. Yeah, I'm waiting for y'all to hit that link. Touch up on that link, man. Touch up on the link, man. Touch up on it, man. Touch up on that. I'm appreciating. Yeah, we're gonna do this on the regular too. You're gonna catch us in the morning, man. We're gonna get it out the way. That's what we're doing. Definitely gonna get it out the way early. Let me put this stuff in here real quick. And we're gonna get to that. Then we're gonna hit that link. It's all good. You know, y'all know what it is. All righty. Okay, got that. Boom. Give y'all one more second. I'm gonna drop it one more time just in case somebody won't pop up. Say good morning, right? All right. All right, we got our first caller, man. What's going on, Ivan? Talk to us.
Hey, what's up, Unc? I
How you
was
doing,
just
bro?
calling because I know this is Ali debate and Jabari debate is coming up close, man. Are you still going with Jabari?
Yeah, I'm going with Jabari.
Okay, so your stance. Have you been seeing Ali information and sources he be putting on his page?
Nah, I don't want to mess up the debate. I don't want to
Got
help.
you. Okay, because he been
Right, if
putting
I
up.
dive into that, man, it's gonna be ugly, man. You know this what we do. We take sources. See, this was the whole measurement approach that I came with. I said, yo, I cannot out-talk these dudes. They way better. They real crispy with their speech. You know, the way they read is very fluently. You might catch me on a bad day and I might stumble and stammer or something like that, right? Good day, I'm flawless, but they stay consistent, right? Them pseudos stay consistent. The way they appreciate, I mean, my fault, the way they put forth their subjective information. So I'm coming with objective information, hard sources, and they was flying all over the place. So I say, yo, let me force people into using sources. Now everybody is safely fixed with putting in sources, and all I do is clip your source, give me that, boop, 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 read it up,
Right.
boom, boom, boom. So
Right.
if I do that to him, the debate be over with. It wouldn't even be fair.
Facts. But I don't know how he can break like talking about, for example, right, when he bring up the how it started in Mexico, all that good stuff. The African influence in the Caribbean islands is very strong. So I don't understand how he's gonna even Hello.
I'm here. I'm listening to you. I just got
Okay.
the thing up for the
Oh,
debate.
got you. So the African influence in the Caribbean islands is very strong. I'm Caribbean myself, man. We have
Okay.
drums, we have instruments. We still follow those traditions, and we could trace our ancestry back to Africa. So it's like a crazy. How can he use Mexico when they also have like a big African, influence? It just doesn't make any sense. So I want to be open minded. I want to be open minded because I could be biased. Towards especially if you or Jabari or Rob Bourne. I'm always a fan of y'all, so I feel like I'm way too biased. But I want to see what he has to say. I don't want to be. I'm trying my best not to be biased. You get what I'm saying?
I got you. So I'm gonna stay. Well, no, I can't stay open minded, man, because I know what the evidence say. I know what the objective evidence speaks on, and I understand the subjective information that he bringing. So yeah, we got Haiti. You trying, bro? You trying? I like this when they say, and they all did not use the Bering Strait to reach the Americas. Well, yeah, of course I know about maybe the southern population, but that's not quite. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a possibility. Those they did some island hopping, possible. So you might have a decent point there, but the silent evidence is them coming across that Bering Strait, though, right? And we can talk about the mutation that occurred because when the Ice Age occurred, man, it opened up that corridor, right? But remember, they were stuck on that on the right hand side. As we looking at the map, they were stuck in Asia, right? On that strait, they were stuck, right? So they stayed there for a while, had a chance to mutate, and when that Ice Age came and it drew that water up because oceans levels dropped, right? It allowed humans to cross, and then after a while, after the Ice Age, when it melted, right, and the ocean level was right, it closed that corridor up. But yes, there's actually plenty of information that talks about you could have canoed down past that area, right? It could have came in the southern route. We got information there. All that's possible, but at the end of the day, they all come from Africa, though. So yes, you're not crazy, but I don't want to hear at the end of the day nobody knows. It's all speculative. No, it's not. It's not a valid point you're making, and they're not fucking speculating. No, they're not.
And crazy. We also got to talk about genotype and phenotype, because your genotype don't match your phenotype. So it's really hard to figure out with who, because all this mixing going on. Like you can have a white mom and then a black dad and still have like your dad gene be your mom gene be so strong, but you still have a black dad. So these all debates is kind of all confusing because we all know that we was all trading with each other. So it's kind of
what you mean trading with each other? What you talking about?
Trading, like that's how languages really started. Like all the Europeans trading with the Asians trading with the Africans and stuff like that. So we was all mixing, and I think phenotype and genotype is really hard. You was telling me earlier, like it's really hard to go off of features because of genotype doesn't always match a phenotype.
Okay.
So
all right, no, not at all. Right, you can look one way and have a whole different thing.
Yeah, so that's kind of like
Indo-European genotype and look like you're straight from Africa.
Exactly. So that's kind of like I think what people don't understand, that when it goes to this tribalism war, is that you can have one person that don't even belong in that tribe, but he been in that tribe for decades and decades and decades that he became one. So it's just people been going, like you said, it's a landmass. So we've been traveling around these land masses since the beginning of time. You know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of people don't even know your generation probably don't even belong. They just been in that Pacific area for so long. So I don't know, man. I'm just excited for the debate, man. That's it. I'm really trying to understand where these Aboriginal people come
they
from.
Just having fun. They don't know the hell they talking about.
Yeah, but
they just having fun, yo. But that's why we need shout out to the server, man, to the pseudo killer server, man. We got an army in there, man.
Yeah,
we got some 4-star generals in there putting it all the way down, man.
Why you stop with the God Killer, man?
I'm still a God Killer.
Got the name now.
No, he don't. What you mean? He don't got no damn name. The God Killer. You gonna let that nigga bite? Like that's called biting where I'm from. How you gonna bite? He biting now? Is that what Saul doing over there? He biting?
I feel like you passed the. Man, Saul be killing those Bible believers, man.
Okay, but that's the Bible believers, yo. I'm killing beliefs. Period. The source of God is your belief.
Yep.
Yeah. Tell him stop biting, yo. You never hear me use none of Sarnetta's names.
Like you
never hear me use nobody else's name. I'm very creative in my approach and who I am and what I am. Trust me. Make up my own sayings. Don't need to use nobody's sayings. Very creative. Yeah. Right. Y'all know who the God Killer is, man. I got a song, man. Then don't let nobody use my song. And I'm like, how? Anyway. Child's play. So
But
listen, man. Are black people Aboriginal Americans or Africans? Did we come from Africa or were we always here? Man, Sunday, July 30th, man, 1 p.m.
right. All right. It was an
$30.
honor, Unc. I'm gonna let you go, man. Peace and black power. Holla.
Peace, man. Black African power, man. Appreciate you, man. Hey, man, hit that cash app, man. Let me see what we got in here, man. Turtle, wherever I hear the word turtle, I know you're going to have something interesting to say. Turtle, what? Gang, Turtle Gang, NYC, still turtle. You know this debate is a farce. Okay. You did a build about 5 years ago that destroyed the claim. Ah, man. Okay. What the claim was, what I say? You might be right. I don't know if it's a force. I know that we're constantly getting an influx of new people in here, and that's what it is, man. So let me throw this in here, man. Let's get to it, man. While we at it, man, let's put this in here. All right, let's get to it. Let me share the screen. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. You're right. I'm gonna play one of the bills I did about 5 years ago, talking about this very thing. It just keeps coming back around, and people be thinking that it's brand new to me, but it's not. Stating that we was indigenous to North America, and he kind of talks about how that's what his family transmitted to him. I'd just like to say this: most of us have these Native American stories in our family. Matter of fact, you'd be hard pressed not to find that. So I think the evidence that we were using was the skin color. And I'm gonna let you know in science, skin color is the worst identifier of who you are in science. I just have to say that. Now, what is science again? Science is the study of the natural forces in nature, so you don't get no higher than that. Speculation, hope, wanting, wishing, and even mythology, right, is not the exact study of the forces in nature. And so if you really want to understand your environment, right, then you need to study your environment. And the only way I know to study your environment is through the observation of your environment. It's the testing of your environment. And so basically, we all have these stories, right? I also like to mention Runoko Rashidi. He goes around the world and he actually catalogs peoples of color. And I just like to make this point that the majority of human beings on planet Earth are people of color. But why would that be? Why would that be? Because the majority of planet Earth, right, gets the light of raw UVA rays. Okay, so you have like 3 zones, and I'll probably get into that later. Now I probably need to get into that. Now you have 3 zones: Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3. Zone 1 is absolutely on the equator, and that takes the majority of bombardment of UVA rays. And so people that are located on the equator have to have darker skin to protect the high levels of UVA rays. UVA rays will kill you. UVA rays attack the folic acid in the blood. What is the folic acid? It's vitamin, okay? And based off of the attacking of the folic acid in the blood, okay, you'll have low birth rates, UO2 disorders, spinal bifidus, spermogenesis, where the sperm is attacked. Okay, all these things causing the human species not to reproduce like they need to, right? And not allow that next generation to get to the age of reproduction. So why does a trait occur? So skin color is a trait, right? Based off of mutations. Mutations react to the environment. See, that's how powerful nature is, right? We need to understand how powerful this thing is that we're an integral part of, that we are power, right? So without that protection, right, you would die. You would go extinct. Simple as that. And so, like I said, skin is a trait, right? It's a trait that developed, right, to block out the UVA rays to allow that next generation to get to the age of reproduction. We got to understand why traits occur, right? And like I said, the trait, which is skin color, is the worst thing to look at a person and tell who they are. Why would that be? Well, because the equator is just not located in Africa. Zone 1 goes around the band of the planet. And I don't know how you could explain it with a flat earth, but, you know, they're out of there with that. But you also have, you can go to Mesoamerica, that's on the equator. You can go to portions of Australia, that's also on the equator. So everybody that you find in this band in zone 1 around the planet are going to have darker skin. Plain and simple. Not as dark in Africa, because a lot of that is on the equator in zone 1. Then you got zone 2. There's also inhabitants, people of color, right? That's why the Hebrews get confused, right? Because they're going to have the same complexion as North Africans would, right? Plain and simple. Skin color, right? Now, skin color, that band also goes around the North America, right? So you're going to have brown people my complexion, right? All right. Then you got zone 3 up in Europe, okay? These people have lighter skin or paler skin. Why? Because it's not that sun is not, the UVA rays aren't as harsh in the northern portion. So it don't make sense to be jet black brown in Europe. Makes no sense. Well, what about the Inuit people? Quote unquote, the Eskimos, they don't have pale skin. They live on ice on that. Well, their diet supplemented vitamin D. They ate heavy amounts of fish, which has large amounts of vitamin D. So their skin didn't need to pale out to allow more sun in, right? Without allowing sun in, you get rickets, vitamin D deficiency. So those are brown and darker skins that live up in Europe for a long time. They start to have vitamin C deficiency, all right? Starts to break down. The living organisms, next generation, aren't making it as more frequent. So the population starts to die out. And those with pale skin start to flourish more in the colder regions, in the regions that don't have a lot of sunlight. So remember, evolution does not occur within a person. Evolution occurs in the population. So over time, the browner population, right, would get selected out naturally because it does not give you an advantage, right, in those areas without high UVA rays. So over time, the browner population will start to pale out. More pale skin is selected to survive in that environment. Now, if that same population moves back into Africa over hundreds and thousands of years, right, you'll see the reverse transformation of that. The population will start to brown out again, right? So, but the indigenous skin color, right, prior to 2500 BCE, before people was heavily migrating around the world, you know what I'm saying, man, they had brown skin, dark skin, brown skin, right, and pale skin. And you could tell where they all came from. Now we got plains, so a pale person up in Alaska, you know what I'm saying, can come on down to sub-Saharan Africa if you want. Now you got air condition. Now you got all these things that will protect you from the sun. Skin's just not changing like that. So I just wanted to kind of make that point, right? This work is done by Gina Dabrowski. Look that up. Skin color map. So now back to this. Back to Renika Rushidi, right? Elder, been around the world, must be respected, right? But we need a type of a conference, right? So I'm challenging the elders, right, to a conference to present their information. We ain't going to do that. Come on, man. Y'all already know the Amaral Squad and all the families, Dagger Squad. Man, y'all know we're very respectable, and we really appreciate the community. You know what I'm saying? So, but we need to know, right? This is an issue that is the elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? How can we love our elders, right, and claim we stand on their shoulders, but are not willing to present information that will help further the next generations? We can't stay stuck. So based off of what they had in the 60s and the 50s and the 40s, based off what Clyde Winters has in the 70s, right, in the 80s, based off what he had, right? All they had was what they had. They couldn't see over the wall. Now we stand on their shoulders. Now we got more tools. So remember, the human genome was mapped out in 2003, April 14, 2003. Now we got to use these tools in genetics. Now we got to use new technology in dating, paleontology, archaeology, forensics. Now we have to use, they didn't have that. They had the good old-fashioned eyeball test. We call it lookership. But let me get to this article, right? 130,000 year find. Wow. I'm explaining this. So this one is called, you have two articles. One is called 130,000 year archaeological site in Southern California. Look it up. So we gotta do these. We gotta do it. Look it up. Journal of Nature, right? The one I'm reading from right now is Archaeology, Unexpected Early Signs of the Americas, right? All right. Now we want to go to the work. We don't want to go to blogs. Blogs tend to try to look at articles, or their blogs will write off of blogs, right? If you get like the New York Times and stuff like that, you'll get editors and people that deal with science. They'll go to the journal and put it in their own words, right? But for me, okay, I like primary documentation. I like to go to the actual people's work, right, that was on an archaeological dig and see what their findings were. And then I like to read articles, right, that actually are critiquing the work. This is what you find in the journals. This is what you find in these archaeological circles. So the original article was a 130,000-year-old archaeological site in Southern California, USA. Stephen R. Hollins, Thomas A. I'm not going to read all the names on the paper, but when you're reading journals, the first person's name of that is the person that is in charge of that particular dig, right? Now we're going to read a paper in Nature, okay, by Erla Hovers, okay? It says, humans are thought to have reached the Americas less than 15,000 years ago, but evidence of stone tool use on an animal carcass excavated in California points to a much earlier arrival of humans, relatives from the genus Homo. Okay, so wait a minute. What is meant by humans? Right? When scientists use the word humans, you got to continue to read down and know what they're saying. Because yes, we're humans, but Homo erectus is a human. Homo ergaster is a human. Homo forensis is a human. Homo habiliensis is a human. Homo naledi is a human. Homo neanderthal are humans. And based off of how close they are to our particular species, right, we can mate. If it's like between 200, maybe 2 million years, you know what I mean, close, right, they can mate. When those borders cross, they mate. They did a study on baboons. They found the same thing in other primates. When boundaries cross, right, they mate. No more different than when different human populations boundaries cross. They mate. Easy. So, but when scientists use the word human, you got to read further, right, to figure out what are they talking about. Don't just see the word human and say, ha ha. Well, that is the mistakes that some of the elders have made. They look at the blog, right? The blogger doesn't necessarily understand information. He takes the word human. I seen him doing it on Sports Center. This particular article, right, they talked about Sports Center, man, humans in America 130,000 years. Man, they're not qualified to talk about that issue. They took the word human and ran with it. Unscientific. So this particular paper is talking about humans. Now the question is, have they identified what humans? You have more than one human species residing on planet Earth at one time. That's the facts. You also have archaic humans. We aren't even archaic humans like A00. You know what I'm saying? But we carry some of those markers, some of us. Right? So watch this. So it gets on to say relatives from the genus Homo. So we're talking about the genus Homo family. So they're saying that one of the genus Homos, right, was in the Americas. Now they didn't find any bones at 130,000. They found the mastodon, right? And was butchered, so they think, right? And they found certain tools. Let me keep going on. Get right to it real fast so we can just show the difference. So our elders, right, not expecting to know everything. That's why we're here. And this is out of total respect, right? And then y'all can't handcuff me. I didn't sign up to get handcuffed. I didn't sign up to have a bunch of elders that just handcuff me and I can't say what I want to say. As long as I'm respectful, as long as I'm presenting my sources right, I signed up to be able to move the community forward the same way they signed up to move the community forward. Where would we be without the scholars in our community? Where would we be without Professor James Smalls? You don't got a brother Unc talking like this. You know what I'm saying? I was mesmerized listening to his classes. What about John Henry Clark? What about Dr. Ben? Where would I be at? What about Dr. Claude Winters? Let me give him his proper title, Dr. Claude Winters. Where would I be? He's one of the first doctors that came on my program. I appreciate him, and I will always give him the utmost respect, whether I agree with his findings or not. It's an intellectual gunfight. We're at the OK Corral, and we banging, but we're going to bang respectfully, and we're going to bang with books, knowledge, information. We're not going to go on and cuss out our elders. How much work has Dr. Clyde Winters put in, right, for the black family? Most of y'all banging ain't even wrote no daggone books. Y'all don't even understand the argument. I'm going to go into Dr. Clyde Winters' books. He uses sources from the Journal of Nature. All right? All of the elders was right when they said that the first Americans wasn't pale skin. They was right. We can't take that from them. It's a fact. And they said they not only had browner skin, right, that they didn't look like the Native Americans look. They was right. So, you know what I'm saying? We're not taking away the things they said that was right, but now based off, that's why science is so important, because the thing keep going. Now that more available information has come out, right, now we can start to triangulate and get right to the points. So we use DNA and stuff like that. Oh, DNA's white man. Then wait a minute. If not for DNA actually verified and proved, right, that the first human species to walk upright was Africans in Africa, that that we come from the oldest branch of humanity. DNA proved that the African Americans are descended from those populations, right, that first originated in Africa. It's a two-edged sword. You can't have it one way, not the other way. So if you throw away DNA, then you throw away the fact that you start out in Africa. Or evolution, that monkey shit. Evolution not no monkey shit. Evolution proves and verifies that African people transformed their environment as they traversed around the planet. So when we made the argument that we're all fundamentally African, y'all all got crazy. You can't have it both ways. Either the population in the Americas extend from an African population or they don't. If you say they don't, then all right, then prove how they don't. And then you can't say they're African. You can't say they nothing. Let me keep reading here. Bunch of foolery. So I don't want no elders getting upset at me, right? Y'all got to know this is what we do. So I'm thinking we need to have a conference where we present the information so that the community, right, one, can meet the damn elders for real. Bridge that gap, right? Integration gap, generation gap, integration trap. Once we got integrated, man, we got trapped and not even understand who our elders was. So we need to have a conference to talk about this. Very, very important. And then we need elders to understand, like, I'm 51, right? Getting older. There's going to be another generation. There are going to be more tools at their dispersal, and things that I had might have been wrong. Foundations are strong. A lot of information is right, but based off of more information, you get a better understanding of the picture. So we always got to be open-minded in this thing here. So we use evolution and DNA and paleontology, archaeology, because it absolutely proves that, one, the Africans started the first civilizations, that the Africans are the first with cognitive thinking skills at 160,000 years. We were the first shellfish eaters. We were the first hunters. We were the first farmers, amongst some of the first farmers. Farming ain't even as important as y'all think it is. Yeah, farming represents failure, meaning crops aren't growing naturally anymore. But we still can use DNA on the plants to tell where that original plant came from that was farming in Asia. Ethiopian brands of rice and wheat and barley, right, end up in Asia, transported by Africans to Asia, and then you get farming. So we're going to use those tools. Yeah, I got y'all with that. Let me get right here real quick. It says 7 hominid species. No, several hominid species. Hominid, look it up. H-O-M-I-N-I-N. Hominids. Right? When I say look up words, look up words. Don't get in the comment section talking crazy and you're not looking at the words I'm asking you. This is a class. Several hominid species roamed Eurasia 130,000 years ago. Although different species had not necessarily developed similar technological behaviors. It says possible hominid candidates. They're talking about the possible hominid candidates, right? For the authors of this is the CERUTTI, that's Kertuti Mastodon site, that's the one in California now, right? Late populations of Homo erectus, Neanderthals, and the elusive Denisovan. Let me read this again. It said possible hominid candidates, right? So I'm going to name the hominids, right? For the authors of the Certuti Mastodon site, the mastodons are those elephants, woolly mammoths, right? Site, are late populations of Homo erectus, Neanderthals, and the elusive Denisovans known through genetic analysis, right, of only a bone and some teeth. It says genetic analysis of present-day Amazonian Native Americans linked them to indigenous Asians and Australian population, which are linked in turn to the Denisovans. Such traits are weak and absent in modern indigenous North and Central American populations and in North Americans from the late Pleistocene, which might indicate a diverse set of founding populations of the Americas. It says this could support at least one early before 14,000 years ago entry into the Americas, but the exact timing remains an open question. Holland and colleagues do not report skeleton or DNA evidence that could reveal the identity of the hominids whose presence is inferred at the site. Now, so you got Homo denisovan, right? Homo erectus. So Homo denisovan is really Homo erectus outside of Africa, right? You got Homo neanderthal, right? So these early paleo Americans, right, would have had traces of denisovan in them or Neanderthal in them. See, now the modern Native Americans that we find now, they don't have those traces in them because they came along late. Remember, the first migration that came out of Africa ran into these archaic human forms, right, and made it with them. I got y'all. That's a checkmate moment right there. I'm gonna say this real slow, right? That the later Native Americans that came in, they don't have these traits or a little bit of those traits of archaic humans in them, right? But those early forms of those Paleo-Americans, right, they do have those traits in that. Oh, man, here we go again. All right, we know that the Africans that didn't leave Africa that would later on become part of the transcontinental kidnapping trade, we don't have Neanderthal in our blood. We only get Neanderthal and Denisovan in our blood after we link back up and mix with Europeans. That's a checkmate moment right there. I'm gonna let y'all unravel that. Let me finish reading here. It say Holland, right? It's the author. It says, do not consider the insular Homo florensis as a possible early colonizer of the Americas. And most evidence indicate that modern Homo sapiens, this is important, had not yet dispersed out of Africa 130,000 years ago. So watch this. How can Homo sapiens be in the Americas at 130,000 years when they had not yet left Africa? I'm gonna say this real slow, right? Let's pay attention, right? Class is in session. How can Homo sapiens, which is the branch of humanity we're a part of, our species, look it up. Google Homo sapiens. How can they be in Americas, right, at 130,000 years or 133,000 years, which that article talked about, right? If they hadn't left Africa yet, they know when early humans dispersed from Africa, around 130,000 years. It takes about another 100,000 years to walk to Americas. I know y'all think that the early Africans had some kind of beacon melanin system that they could hold their arms out, and as they push their arms out, the bushes start to part. You know, like the Red Sea, we got in the mind, the fauna, the plant life start to part, trails automatically start to pop up as they walk. You know, like their pineal gland pointed through the forest and move stuff out the way so they could constantly walk. You know what I'm saying? That walk would take them about 2-3 years. Yeah, I know y'all think that happened, but that's not how it happened. Human populations migrate, they sit for 20,000 years, right? The food, they follow their food sources, right? So you got the herbivores, you know what I'm saying? We eat herbivores because we omnivores. The herbivores follow the herbs and the plants, and when they move, you know what I'm saying? Then the carnivores follow the herbivores because the carnivores is eating herbivores, and the omnivores is following the carnivores, right? You know what I'm saying? Because they eating that, you know what I mean? Which is us, we're omnivores, we're following everything. We eating everything. We eat plants, bugs, fish, bird, everything. We eating everything, so we following everything. So, like, watch this. So when the plant life changes, those who eat the plants, the herbivores eat plants. They leave out the areas. Now the carnivores that eat the herbivores move out the areas. Now the omnivores that eat the carnivores and the herbivores move out the area. These takes hundreds of thousands and thousands of years to move to different areas. I know y'all think they had planes, buses, and trains, but no. Stop that, man. Take y'all time, man. Take y'all time. Class move fast around here, man. Now, you might not like what I'm saying, but we getting it in right now. We getting it in. Hey, man, shout out to Abjuwear, man. Y'all know them flops came in, the female version, the fluffy flops with the map of Africa on the RBG. Man, get that at abjuwear.com. ABDJUWEAR.com. Hey, go to Anime Productions, get your mail track, right? Sign up for Mocha University, Asal Hotep's class, all right, on research methodology. Sign up for Wuja's class, all right? Metanetra class, all right? Get everybody books. Sign up to the group, Magi Archers group for financial understanding, Bitcoins. He got his own coin, Hyro coin. All right. We got Raw Squad University coming. Dr. Oya Maya gonna be teaching math. Sister Naya, right? She's gonna be teaching psychology. And speculate that archaic Homo sapiens sapiens, which you are not, right, could be responsible for the Creatura Macedon site. So there you have it. All right. I've absolutely explained, okay, this 130,000-year-old site. This is class 2. Man, I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all support me, abjuwear.com. You can also go to AminRawSquad.com. Right. Shout out to all the members. Shout out to Master Clan Warriors. Brother Ben, he's starting a journal. Okay, I forget the name of the daggone journal he's starting, man. So y'all can get that. All right. He has 2 books. All right. So let me see. I know I got them right here. All right. Got the books. All right. Aaron Goes to Africa. You can get them at the bookstore, right? Black Dot Bookstore. Let me give you the address. The address is 69 6984 Main Street, Lithonia, Georgia, 30058. You can get these right here. Before I tap out, I want to go to my section real fast, right? Well, did I talk about Clyde Winter's book real quick? Let me do this real quick. Show you the Clyde, his table of contents, right? It says the Almax 1, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Decipherment of the Futena Magna Bowl, right? That's a bowl. That's Fuente, right? Then it's capital Magna bowl. Look at that. Then you got Chapter 3, the cuneiform writing of the Fuente Magna bowl, right? Chapter 4, the Poctina inscription. I don't gotta read this book. Based off the table of contents, I know I gotta read this book. Got you, Clyde. Got you. Yeah. All right, look, let me do this real fast. Let me go in this section real quick. Show you how we do. All right. I'm gonna end it with this. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know how we doing it, right? All my magazines, journals, and all that. Y'all, I got sections everywhere. Real quick here, y'all. All right. So right here, we got science. Journal of Science, right? A coastal route tracking the journey of the first Americans. All right. This will segue us into our next class. I'm going to show you how the new available evidence is really talking about arrival to the Americas by boats down the coastline, right? So let me see on page 542, I believe. Yeah, 541, I still got it. All right, so we right here, right? This says coastal connection. Maybe y'all can see it. You can see different sites going down the coast. All right. Just basically saying most archaeologists now think people arrived in the Americas by boats about 14,000 years ago and hopped down the Pacific coastal, and a growing list of ancient coastal sites like these support the idea. You got pre-clove site, you got late coastal site, you got Parsley Cave, that's on the coast near Canada, 14,300 years ago. You got Channel Islands, 13,000 years ago, right underneath that. Get close to Mexico right here. You got Cedros Island, 12,600 years ago. Then you get to South America. You got Hookah Pretena, and I know I'm mispronouncing it. That's Hakka. That's H-U Hukacha, Huaca. Then you got Prithia, that's Prithia, Prieta, that's in South America. Then you got Chow, okay, at 14,500. So there you go, all going down the coast. Then you got the Lost Lands, right? It says before the ice glacier melted, Cedars Island was connected to the Beja Peninsula. Archaeologists suspect many early sites up and down the Pacific coast were lost beneath the seas. That's all right here detailing this. Sorry, right here. So, man, y'all got to get the Journal of Science, man. It's detailed. The arguments are all here, man. Listen, we no longer use the eyeball test. We're going to keep moving, man. Look, everybody support the squad and the families, the Moss Clan Warrior, everybody in it. So, shout out to the sisterhood, first of all. That's Dr. Mayat, Animated Productions. Shout out to Sister Naya, Voices of Fire. Yeah. Shout out to Brother Ben. All right, that's the Black Panther. Shout out to Magi Archers and all his music and the Hyro crew. You know what I'm saying? And this continued work and the cryptocurrency. You know what I'm saying? And then the Meta Nature. Shout out to him in his book, the Handbook for the Conscious Community. Right? Y'all got to get my book, Chronology of Human Evolution. All right, and see if y'all read the Chronology of Human Evolution, man, y'all wouldn't be having no questions. Y'all would understand why 130,000-year-old find couldn't have been Homo sapiens sapiens, man. Man, we did this for a reason. We knew these arguments was going to come up. All right. We just knew it. We understand that to be that. Right. Shout out to Wu Jia. Do I got any copies of his book? The Beginner's Guide to Meta-Nature, he's working on that, but I don't have no more of that. Brother Sahu's Teps work, shout out to him. Brother Son Jetty, shout out to him. Brother Nahisi, we wait on this book, you know what I'm saying? And most of all, man, make sure y'all support the Sarnetta TV Awards, man, and stop all that damn hate, man. Shout out to all the brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I mean, tend to gravitate more towards the religious information, like the new age information, you know what I'm saying, that we have classified as pseudo. Right, we classify as pseudo because it looks like science, but it's not science, man. Shout out to everybody, love, man. This is intellectual warfare, and we banging our intellectual guns. Black African Power, man. Hey, I'm a Raw squad up, man. Hey, get ready for class 3. In class 3, we're gonna be dealing with let me see, real fast. Class 3, we're gonna absolutely be dealing with late Pliocene human skeleton and mitochondrial DNA link. Paleo-Americans to modern Native Americans. Yeah. You know, the ones that look like Africans, you know what I'm saying, and Australians, you know what I mean, and Polynesians. We're going to deal with that. So we on our game, man, right? Waiting for all challenges, you know what I'm saying? We on our A game, all right? Black African Power family.